Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, was that you or me clearing your throat?
That was me.
Oh, see, you're not supposed to be. You're the one that's supposed to be healthier now. Light the beam and clear your throat. We're back for a Thursday night edition now of one of these programs that we call the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. I am your host, Sam Freas, broadcasting once again live here on the north side of San Antonio, where we might still be slightly under the weather, but we have returned from the IL to at least see how long we can go tonight. We'll see how long the episode is tonight.
The vocal cords will hold up.
Yeah, it's going to be a real test if you can't already tell. I feel like I am not sounding 100%. I don't feel bad. These are the most, like, this is when it's most frustrating. When I don't actually feel sick, but I sound awful.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm all nasally, runny nose. Like, I feel like I could.
Mine's straight vocal cords. I was just a little too much yelling.
Yeah, well,
A little too much yelling.
a bunch of Cowboy fans would probably join in with you there because
I think how many has lost their vocal cords.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a bunch of sore vocal cords from Cowboys fans. Of course, the run sheet got torn up today. We're gonna talk about Micah right off the top, but before we get into anything else, since we're doing this on Thursday now instead of yesterday.
1 week.
Exactly 1 week.
1 week.
7 days. 7 days. Next Thursday, NFL opening night, which if you looked at the line this morning versus right now, I think it's already moved 1.5
Oh, in the Eagles' favor?
That's correct, yeah. No, in Dallas's favor because they got Kenny Clark to stop the run, as Jerry said in his press conference about half an hour ago now.
Going against the Eagles, you don't really have to worry that they are a run-first team.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great, Cap. It's going to be so much
made
fun.
Their team better, dude.
Okay, your level of trolling is only going to be tolerated for so long because it is. There are a lot of different ways to think about the Micah trade. It also threw off my national day I had a whole skit. I had a whole bit planned for yesterday was National Peach Day. I had peach cobbler for us all. We were going to enjoy it. It's one of my favorite desserts.
I can eat a peach for hours.
No, I'm kind of out on peaches too, so to speak.
No face-off reference? Come on.
Oh,
I could eat a peach for hours.
I'm highly medicated right now. You're going to have to cut me slack tonight. No momentum arguments of any kind because I am still under the weather. No, it is, ironically enough now, today is National Red Wine Day. So again, for all of those.
As much of a alcoholic as I might be, I don't partake in the wine.
Red wine is, that's like exclusively wedding.
That's
beverage.
Like steak. I worked at an Italian restaurant, so that's steak, some heavier fish or like something like that. But when the captain was he was a youth. He went to a college dorm room where they made homemade
spectacular
homemade white wine at 11 a.m. We were picking something up that may or may not have been marijuana.
May or may not. THCA.
Yeah, THCA.
You're smoking reefers?
Completely legal. And there was 2 gallons of this homemade white wine. And then there's a beer bong. And me and my buddy were a little crazy. And
no way.
We both beer bonged a gallon of homemade white wine. Killed me forever.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Worst hangover in my life.
Yeah, I would imagine not wanting to drink any wine the rest of your life.
I'm good.
When I met the roommate, she had just gotten back. She lived in Italy had a white girl summer, lived in Italy for school. And all she drank for like the next 6 months was red, like cabs, like Cabernet. Yeah. And I quickly learned, one, red wine does not treat me the same way as tequila or beer. It's
a little heavier.
It's not only is it a different hangover, but it's a different drunk to begin with. Like it's a very different personality on red wine. And then secondly, I realized quickly I can't keep up with her on red wine. So that was
What always kills me is those people who go out to eat before they go out to the nice restaurant and then try to come out to the club afterwards, and they're pounding shots on red wine and white wine, and they get so sloppy. And I'm like, dude, you're mixing like all of it. You know what I'm saying?
No, that is a recipe for utter disaster.
Yeah.
Some good news before we get started. Follow up from what we talked about Monday. YouTube and Fox have reached an agreement.
Hey,
so fears of
surprise.
blackouts of college football. We've actually had college football on the TV beforehand. The world is right. We're not going to have to worry about the Fox broadcast of Texas-Ohio State getting blacked out come Saturday morning, even though it is going to be at 11 a.m., unfortunately. If we make it to the main Segi, if our voices hold up, we are going to finish our fantasy football positional rankings talk as we get ready for our draft next Tuesday night. And if you missed the show Monday, we are full.
Yeah.
We are locked in. 12 teams. Shout out to the 10 others that joined, and Zeb, my GM.
Your GM.
Running our team. I guarantee you Zeb wouldn't trade Micah for a 30-year-old defensive tackle and
how we doing in there, Lawrence?
2 firsts in the 20s.
How we doing over there, buddy?
Are we having tech problems on Lawrence's side?
We're testing some stuff out. Right
oh,
now.
okay. Tell me what's happening. I can't see it.
The camera just keeps on.
It's called switching.
Switching. Oh.
The camera's switching when you talk.
But you gotta put it on the guy who's talking.
I'm not switching. The cameras are switching.
Oh, they're doing it. So you have AI.
I'm not switching.
I wonder.
The cameras are switching.
Fucking is overtaking the cameras.
I'm testing out a new feature here. Yeah, and it doesn't seem to be working very well
at all.
Well,
it's like every time he talks, it's on me, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah, I'm tweaking the settings. Give me a second here. It's the first time I've used it. They just released this firmware update the other day.
Wow.
Well, and what better time to roll it out as we're already under the weather? This
fine.
Yeah, this whole episode's going to be
It still sounds good and looks good.
It's all going to be a trial run.
I was like, is this good? Then that's all we need, baby.
I thought you wanted more FaceTime anyway, man.
Yeah, there you go. Man. That's perfectly fine with this side of the table. If we could, if you need to lease one of these cameras out, LG, go ahead. We can just run a one camera setup.
I've done it.
Cap the whole time. Yeah, in the New York Comedy Club there. Since we have a good connection with LG, I saw, boys, we're getting closer and closer to 500. We're up to 480 something now, I think.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, almost single digits away. LG, tell the good people how they can support the program.
Well, get us to 500 by hitting that subscribe button right there on your phone or your TV or whatever the hell you're watching or listening to. Hit that repost button on X. That helps us out as well. Gets eyes in front of us. And we also have buymeacoffee.com, which for some reason isn't working right now, but buymeacoffee.com/sportscavelive. Let me know if it works if you go in there, because I got a weird email from them.
Well, that's concerning.
It might not be working right now, so we'll see about that.
What was the email?
Something about you got to verify this, that, and that. I just saw it about an hour ago, but we'll see. But once we hit 500, we don't got to worry about it anymore. So we also have an Amazon wish list if you are feeling generous and you have the means. By all means, don't spend your last paycheck on us. But
oh God, no, that would be a terrible investment. The return on investment.
There is no return. There's no.
I'm all for freedom. If you want to spend your last paycheck,
the return would be or you can listen to Cap.
I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. Like, you're going to look at my
groceries,
my pockets,
child support, gas in your car. Who needs any of those things?
No, we need microphones. Much more important.
That's right.
It's much more important. But you can check out the Amazon wish list. It's in the description below.
Yeah, as soon as we want to get to that 500 so we can open up the super chats for football season, because we do plan on having some Cowboys watch-along parties as well as some post-game shows along the way.
And we want to interact a little bit more with our people listening live.
Exactly.
So
and we need to, apparently, we're probably going to need to do it quick before everyone loses interest in the Cowboys when they start 3-7 now.
So
I've got a whole run sheet from what would have been last night's show. I mean, we could have done some St. Louis Cardinals poor attendance talk. Could have done some college football future odds talk. How about another edition of the X-Files? I found that Rampage Jackson
the original
suplex,
one.
the original. I sent it to LG. We've got that in the can. We've got a Spurs player that fought the whole country of whoever they were playing. I can't remember who it was because I'm sick.
Oh, buddy, man.
We had high school football talk we could have done.
Oh, yeah.
The Spurs named a new play-by-play radio guy.
Oh, man.
There's so much that we could be talking about right now, but instead, because of an idiot owner who makes himself the idiot general manager and gives golden quotes like there's no one that could effing do a better job of GMing the shit out of this team than I can. Because that guy runs our favorite football team, speaking on my behalf and all of y'all's behalf out there, except for the 3 Niners fans that Cap has and the Eagles fans that LG has on his side.
I'm sure there's some Packer fans out there.
There's a bunch of Packer fans here, actually. There's Packer fans everywhere.
I'm getting mixed reactions with the whole Micah trade. Like, we gave up way too much money. 2 first round picks.
From Packers fans?
From Packers
fans?
Well,
that's idiotic. Like, first of all, if you're concerned, if the question is why did we pay him $47 million a year when instead of 43 or 44, okay, there's some argument to be made there.
Yeah.
But if you're complaining about what you gave up to get him,
you didn't give up anything.
That's stupid. That's idiotic.
Late. Like, I mean, obviously,
at best they'll be 20.
Yeah,
at best, or at best 25. They're mid-teens, but they're still. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. At best, like best bet, like Jordan Love snaps a femur, and then the backup snaps his other femur, and then they're playing Will Greer from the Cowboys practice squad at quarterback. God forbid all that happens.
In the NFC Championship at quarterback, you know.
Yeah, exactly. No, at best. They're not going to be anywhere close to the position in which they took Micah in the first place.
Yeah.
Which was
giving
overall?
Micah, like, I always, like, whenever I talk fantasy, I'm like, you want to get that player that will decide you a game, like a game or two. Those are like crucial players. And in real life, it's kind of the same thing because Micah could decide a game or two sometimes. With a strip sack fumble or do a good, goes off for 3 sacks, totally dominates changes their offensive playbook because they can't stop them, so they have to run schemes on them all game. So I don't think they're getting anything. I think they're getting to 25, pick 25, 24, and like get 2 of those picks. I'm like,
and Kenny Clark, the player they get back.
That's not a lot. Like, why not trade him to the Jets where you might potentially get a number 1 pick?
So I obviously am going to talk a lot from a Cowboys perspective on this, but I'm really curious from, Niners fan perspective. You obviously viewed the Packers as more of a postseason threat than Dallas was to begin with.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, 1,000%, as you should have.
I don't really pose. I mean, the Niners got Packers and Cowboys numbers, so I'm like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. How much, like, from a Niners fan or from a perspective of another NFC contender, how much does this change your perspective on the Packers as a team this season contending for a Super Bowl? Because you talk about Micah being a guy that can win you multiple games on his own. If you had
the notes, what was the over-under that we had? Because I know the Packers, I didn't really have.
No, you were down on them.
I was down on them. I think I went under.
You went under what their over-under was like 9.5, and you went under.
And I think they might win 10, 11 games now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I think Micah's going to decide 2 games. Because everybody's going to have to scheme against him. He's that guy. Everybody schemes against Nick Bosa. Everybody schemes against T.J. Watt. Everybody schemes against Myles Garrett. You know, he's that guy. You know, so you literally like the whole AFC North just threw out their playbooks in offense, and it's like now we have to scheme for Micah Parsons.
Yeah, there's so many places.
Wait, Michael Parson.
Michael. So I was listening to the
Michael Parson.
listening to the press conference because, of course, Jerry immediately starts a press conference scheduled for 6:30 that starts closer to 7 tonight to do, give instant analysis.
Oh, he's gonna get ripped tomorrow, man.
Oh, it's already starting.
Stephen A is salivating right now.
Well, let's start with that. The Jerry appearances yesterday on Michael Irvin's podcast and Stephen A's podcast, clearly now you're seeing where PR spin because it was already Jerry knew they were trading him today.
He was laying the foundation.
They had already given him, had already been negotiating with the Packers and multiple teams, according to Jerry, for multiple days this week. They had singled in on the Packers, and the Packers had started contract negotiations with Micah. So Jerry knew at that point he was getting out in front of what was going to be an announced trade, but by the end of the week.
I just don't know how you trade them in conference. With the possibility if your team ever gets good, you're going to see Micah.
Well, okay. Ironically enough,
do they see each other this year?
Yeah. How about week 4, late September? Green Bay travels to Dallas to play the Cowboys.
What?
How about the fact that the Packers were the team that single-handedly probably convinced Jerry that this current group wasn't good enough to win it all when they got their pants pulled down, 40-burger, 50-burger, whatever it ended up being.
Almost a 50-burger, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like 40 straight points to start the game or however bad it was. Yeah.
Before the half, yeah.
And you saw that in the documentary. Also, speaking of the documentary, what was the biggest point of contention between Jimmy and Jerry specifically? The one specific fracture that they both continued to reference and both had a different retelling of the truth.
What was it?
Herschel Walker trade.
Herschel Walker trade, yeah.
Jerry claims it was his idea, and he went to Jimmy with the idea to trade Herschel. Jimmy claims it was his idea, and he told Jerry, look, if we trade Herschel, I can get the picks I need to build a team. Both of them think it was their idea.
Yeah.
That was a big part of a big fracture point in their relationship.
Whose idea do you think it was?
Jimmy's. Tonight, in Jerry's press conference an hour ago, he literally verbatim says, this could be a situation like Herschel Walker, where Micah's greatest contribution to the franchise is what we got in return instead of what he did as a player.
Oh, man. I can't wait for next year's draft.
Jerry literally rewatched the documentary last week and said, I've got a chance here. Everyone wonders, was it Jimmy's or was it my idea to trade Herschel? Well, guess what? Right now, if I trade Micah, everyone will know it was my idea. So when we win a Super Bowl in 3 years like we did after I traded Herschel, then I'll get all the credit for it. Again, none of this, no other team does business like this. It's all because one megalomaniac owns and runs the team.
Who do you think, who's hurt more? Who hurt Dallas more? The Cowboys or the Mavericks? Because this is almost, and I know quarterback is the main position, but defensive end's got to be top 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely.
I would say it's probably the second.
In terms of importance, I would probably say second.
Yeah.
Or left tackle.
Yeah.
I think those are the 3.
Those are the 3 that you have to seal in. And they just traded away one of the top defenders who, he had more pressures on the quarterback. He might not have got all the sacks and all that stuff, but he disrupted the quarterback more than any other player in the past 3 years.
How about the fact, this is a PFF stat, since Micah was drafted by the Cowboys, when he is healthy and on the field playing in a game, they're the number 1 defense in the league over the 4 seasons. Yeah. When he's not on the field, they're second to last in EPA. Yeah. So you ask which one. The thing about Dallas, the Cowboys are all of Dallas.
Yeah.
Like that is everyone. Football is just so much more dominant than basketball.
Even when the Mavs
in
went
terms
to
of
the
consciousness,
even when the Mavs went to the finals last year,
it's 1/50th of what it would be like if the Cowboys were in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 100th, 1000th. I'm probably still underselling it.
Because the Mavs have won and gone to the tournament in the past 30 years.
The difference. I mean, one, football's just more important.
Yeah,
but the difference in situation between the way Luka was traded, like the Micah one, Micah requested a trade.
Yeah, that is true. That is
like that never happened with Luka.
That is like,
and we all thought, which I still think at the time, it was posturing. It was contract negotiation. It was This is what players of my ilk do when we get to an impasse in the negotiations. I demand a trade, even if I don't actually want a trade. But potentially that gets some movement in the deal.
Yeah. So I think the Luka trade.
So like that way, it's different.
The Luka trade hit harder, but
how about trading away a generational 26-year-old that is done
first contract?
Yeah. And the irony too, there are two players that have gotten 10 or more sacks every season in their first 4 seasons in the league. It's Micah, and ironically, it's Reggie White.
Yeah.
And even Reggie did it at an older age. He wasn't, Micah was 22 when he entered the league. He's 26 now.
Yeah, Reggie went all 4 years in college.
Yeah, and he played, CFL before as well, or USFL, whichever league he had started in.
Dallas, man, like, are you going to come over to the dark side? What's up, man?
No, I mean, it's just like anything else. Like I have...
standing my ground.
The Cowboys, to me, have always been this. Like, this is not...
Yeah, 30 years of your life.
And it's always been at the whim of one individual. It's not like there's a... It's not like there have been... think about your lifetime with the 49ers. How many, like, you love John Lynch now, right?
Yeah.
Who was the GM before that?
Our front office was
Jed York for a while, right?
Yeah,
and who was the GM before that? Like, you've had
the GM. We were in shambles right after we got rid of Garcia, and then it was like we got Alex Smith, and then we had got an offensive coordinator every year. After that, he went through 5 offensive coordinators in 5 years. And that's why Alex could never, before John Harbaugh got there.
And guess what happened to the general manager when the coaching turnover didn't lead to success on the field?
Yeah.
He got fired. He got ran out of town. Like
Samurai Mike, where he's like, Vernon Davis, pull your, what was this? What was the code? It was like, I'll pull his pants down.
Oh God. Yeah. Singleton. Yeah. But my point is, when every other organization, when things do not go well on the field, there is a new brain trust that's brought in to fix it.
Yeah.
So as a Cowboy fan, my entire life, having seen no indication that I should have any faith in the brain trust that is not going to go anywhere until
maybe
6 feet under.
When we thought Parcell was going to be strong enough, just as Jimmy was to,
and Parcell
stand up to fucking.
That's the
Jerry.
closest. That's the closest we've gotten.
Yeah,
and that as close or as separate as different as Parcells was than Jason Garrett. It kind of felt like Mike McCarthy was that middle ground between those two extremes,
And then Jerry forced T.O. on Mike.
Yep.
On Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, you're not, this isn't the Jimmy thing. I totally feel that was a move. Of course, T.O. wanted to be, he loved the drama. He loved the soap opera.
It's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback, man. But it definitely was a Jerry move to be like, you aren't Jimmy. and he kind of like stuck his finger in Parcells'
Oh, for
eye.
sure. And who knows what he told Parcells to get him to sign the deal to begin with, to come and fix the mess that Parcells specifically was hired without Jerry saying as much to come in and fix the mess that Jerry had built that had gotten so bad. And then they got lucky with Romo and an undrafted free agent quarterback, a miracle. It
was a miracle.
Goes a long way to also fixing that. That's why when you ask me, is there ever any consideration that an event like trading Micah could lead to a change in fandom? No, because this is just what it is to be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And time out. I will say this. Something is clearly different with this situation than any of the ones in the past because Micah is far from the first Cowboy to play contractual hardball with Jerry.
Yeah.
He's the first one I can think of that actually got traded, though.
You know why? I got a theory on this is because if he sat out, he could have sat there and paid all that fine money with his podcast money. And you know how much,
sure, yeah.
You know how many more listens he would have got on his podcast if he sat out all year? Like
how many more sponsors that would have wanted to advertise because the
millions
listenership.
And millions and millions and more people would have been listening to Micah Parsons because they're like, maybe he'll come back and rescue us.
Yeah, and he's not replacing
like Emmett was when they lost the first two games, and then they finally made the deal.
Oh yeah, can you imagine what the listenership would have been like if Micah had sat out after week 1 when the Eagles smashed the Cowboys? Micah's listener, like the podcast would have had as much as Kelsey's and T-Swift.
The Swifties. The Swifty podcast. I don't call it the Kelsey podcast anymore. That's a Swifty podcast.
Yeah, no, that's Travis Swift at this point. But something was clearly different, and it could be Micah pulling Jerry's pants down metaphorically by acting like a child on the sideline, laying on the trainer's table. It could be
that's the final straw.
That Micah.
That's the final straw. He laid on the trainer table.
Claims that, Jerry's version of what happened back in March when Jerry claims Micah came to him to have the negotiation, they ironed it out, and then Micah has then switched to, no, you've got to talk to my agent. Which if that's the turn of events, Micah, one, shouldn't have initiated contract negotiations without the agent.
Yeah.
But also Jerry should have still said, this is a generational talent. I'm not going to hold this against him. He should, like we've talked about before, like Jerry should always be negotiating with the agent to begin with, not the player.
I don't think Jerry made him sign an NDA on the contract negotiation finale that him and he did or whatever. So I'm hoping that he breaks that news to be like, Jerry offered me this. And then the Green Bay offered me this.
Yeah, I am curious to see how much exactly, how far Micah peels the curtain back and how much he does talk about specifically Jerry now. Because I could also see Micah saying, that was in my past. I don't want to talk about it. I'm in Green Bay now.
You see that from Micah Parson. Get out of here.
I think now that Green Bay is paying him $47 million a year.
And then they go over there and tell him to shut up.
Exactly, and Green Bay is the kind of organization I kind of do.
Do you think they got that hold on him? He just seems like a wild card to me.
Well, for sure, but they did just make him the highest paid. Yeah, and
he just didn't get like a notch above TJ.
No.
He went up to a different bracket.
Yeah, he's making $4.5 million more basically.
He's making more money than half the quarterbacks in the league.
See, and that's the other thing. So even if Dallas had signed Micah to a deal that would have made him the highest paid defensive player or highest paid non-quarterback, but wasn't $47 million, but was closer to the rest of the pack there, TJ and Miles.
Yeah.
Dallas would have then had the highest paid quarterback and the highest paid non-quarterback on the roster. So for the section of Cowboys fans that want to point to that as a reason, like, look, I'm speaking as that section of Cowboys fans that say trading Micah is not the end of the world because locking up that much cap space between him and Dak would have handcuffed us for half a decade. Okay, so let's follow.
You wouldn't be able to sign Pickens.
Hold on. We're going to get to that too because that's funny. Let's follow that line of thought. So if you're telling me you knew, at what point did you know Micah was going to demand the highest non-quarterback contract in the league?
Year 3.
Exactly. So if you already knew that after year 3,
sign him before he gets to year 5.
Again, those are your options. Either sign him then or trade him then. Or trade him this past March. If you trade him on draft day or draft week,
we got 3 first rounds from a shittier team.
And exactly, and and also, what do teams have more of in April than they do the fucking week before the season starts? That's cap space, Cap. They have cap space. So teams that might have been interested in giving Micah a contract like this would have had the room to do that.
Be like, we'll give you $3 million more than TJ.
Exactly. Like, again, I had it right here. The Cowboys are always half a year at minimum behind on their business.
Because
business they're doing now, they should have done in April.
24-hour soap opera.
That's exactly right. Not just 24-hour, but 365.
365, yeah.
It's exactly right. And again, so when you ask me, Jerry has never been enough for me to change fandom. But that also is why it's full nihilism now. Because this is just
what is
their operating. Come out in support of Hezbollah. I don't know. Like it's got to be more than
Hamas has some good ideas.
Yeah. Well, look, we love the Palestinians. Hamas not so much. No. I mean, there really is no. Thank you. There is no line that you could. Get me to change because that's just. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you.
Down, man.
Yeah, it's done. It's not going anywhere. But that's where I'm still always of the belief when you're a team in a situation like this, even going back to the Luka trade. Like, yes, are there warts? Do you not like Luka's effort on defense? Do you not like him yelling at the refs? Do you not like Micah's podcast on the side? Do you not like the fact that he hasn't really taken a leadership role outside of saying he wants to be a leader like Zero? If you're bumping your gums talking about how you're running shit, you're not really running shit. What have we seen to actually show
he's talking all that locker room talk on air.
Right, and he's doing it, and specifically as soon as Jerry says, we need guys to be leaders, well, then Micah vocally starts talking about, it's like the warts are there on both of those players.
Yeah.
But if you're going to tell me that's your justification for trading a guy that has all of those warts, but is also a 30-point triple-double every time he walks into the gym, there's a 50-50 chance that happens. The other guy is a guaranteed 10 sacks his first 4 years in the league.
Yeah.
When you're trading true generational
from the bottom half to the top
half. Like when you're trading true all-pro top 3 at their respective position kind of guys, you don't handle your business the way those two teams did. That's the frustration. So if you're in that sect of fandom that says, no, I'm okay with the idea of trading Micah, I still tend to fall on I want the all-pro guy because what are the Cowboys now going to be chasing with those 2 extra first-round draft picks they have? Someone that might be as productive as Micah. You're always, why I never fall on the idea of giving up talent like that with the hopes that you get, and the Mavs got lucky. They won the lot. They got lucky, quote, won the lottery and got
envelope.
got Cooper Flag. The Cowboys won't get that, random bounce of luck. You don't trade away talent like that.
I'm still in the theory.
And if you do it in a better way to get more back.
I'm in the theory because Jerry's a gambler. He's a gambler. He is tanking, so he's expecting the Cowboys.
Don't even start this. Are you about to throw out Arch?
Conspiracy
very low
theory.
percentage.
Very low. Conspiracy. This team is still a 6-win team.
Is it?
Yeah, they're still. I mean, Micah's worth a win and a half. in Vegas. I mean, I would love to see if you took that Cowboys under like I did. You at least are feeling a little better about that.
You got to think also about is the group happy about this trade, or are they going to be mad about this trade? And that's going to cause people not to go 100%. They're going to be thinking about their next contract instead of their next, instead of their, like, I'm going to run through a wall for you this play. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Micah has that kind of sway. I think guys like Trayvon Diggs might do that. I don't think Micah has nearly the team swell of support as specific individuals on the team. I mean, the reports are Micah had his little crew, which again is something when McCarthy was coach. McCarthy tried to get Micah to break out of that clique to be more of a team leader. They moved his locker from across the locker room over right next to Dak to try to basically push him to do that, push Dak to show him
offense, talk defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Dak Prescott.
Be more of a team leader instead of this little, like the Trayvon Diggs and him. We even saw it in training camp, the press conference they did together after Jerry spoke about both of them.
But now you got Trayvon Diggs who, like, what was his deal, 4 years?
Yeah, and he didn't break the bank. Trayvon got paid. Trayvon took a really fair market contract, and also they can get out of it after this year.
So therefore, I'm just thinking, like, who's going to have that mentality of Barry Sanders or Troy Aikman to be like, you are not actively trying to win. I want to win. And there's got to be players on that team who have that same mentality of we have to win at all costs. And now you just give up your best piece, literally on defense. Almost
your best piece on the team, no
Or
question.
CD might be the next one right up below it, but like someone's got to throw it to him, and that ain't the best piece.
No, that's where the argument again going back to this time last year when CD's holding out. Yeah, like you said, you knew after year 3. Micah was going to be demanding the kind of contract he was. Yeah. You had a decision to make because you delayed the CD decision. Again, you can trickle all of these back and deals that should have been done. All the way back to
Zeke.
Pretty much, exactly.
But Zeke knew. He saw the writing on the wall. He's like, if I don't get my bag now, the way the RBs are getting paid,
sure, I'm
not going to get a bag.
And which is interesting again to me, Zeke got the bag, but Micah didn't. You could argue that is insanity that a running back got the bag. No other team would have done that again. Yeah. Like the mantra for today is there is only one NFL team that would conduct their business like we saw today. Yeah. And that's the team that conducted their business like we saw today.
Zeke took a page out of Emmett being like, look, I won Rookie of the Year. I led the NFL in rushing 2 years in a row. I need to get paid, and
Zeke also saw Dak's deal coming up and saw the line potentially where if he didn't get his money that summer, next year they were going to say, well, we'll franchise tag you, but we won't give you.
Yeah, he was seeing what all the other leagues were doing with running backs, and it's like, we're going to franchise you until you're 27, and then you're not as good as you used to be.
But then that would also have to be based on the assumption that the Cowboys would do business like every other team in the league. Yeah. They did turn around and learn their lesson and do it with Tony Pollard right after they learned it the hard way with Zeke. But there's at least one example where the Cowboys kind of learned from their mistakes. You mentioned George Pickens and some of because now the Cowboys spin. Also, it was reported Jerry apparently told Micah either play on the 5th-year option, which is what because this is different from a franchise tag situation where both the owner, the team, and the player have to sign a franchise tag contract. Yeah. This was Micah's 5th-year option. Mm-hmm. So Micah had no choice. Yeah. He was under contract, which he also knew, which is why he pushed the leverage to try to get it done now.
$25 million?
No, it's like somewhere. What? Because he was also fighting with the NFL
trying to be a
trying to be a linebacker instead of an edge, because linebacker actually was getting more.
No, I thought the edge was getting
more. Surprisingly, because it was based off last year's salaries before the
Fred Warner got the bag last year,
right? And before all these edge, before Myles Garrett's and T.J. Watt's deal kicked in, because
But like I said, he's probably making that much money on his podcast,
right.
And so what he was saying is, if I gotta sit, I'm gonna make the money. Like, I'm not gonna be broke, you know.
But he also was leveraging. He was threatening to sit to leverage to get $47 million, or at least somewhere in the mid 40s.
I think he was trying to get 45, and then the Green Bay just said, "Hey, we'll break the bank.
I'll be curious.
47. This is you can't say no to this offer."
I'll be curious to see what more we learn about how that whole negotiate, like when actually it did start, and how it came to a conclusion. But the reporting now is that Jerry told Micah, play on the 5th-year option or we're trading you.
Stepping on his foot.
And right, again, like if you're Jerry, you knew that was your position.
Yeah.
If that was your position this week, you knew that was your position on draft day in April.
Yeah.
Or in March when the calendar year started, when the season started, when the new year rolled over in league office. Like all of the leverage that Jerry openly gives up in negotiations to maintain that level of soap opera throughout the summer. It's so infuriating. It's so infuriating, especially when you get solid reporting like that.
Yeah, there's also, and I'm reading in the chat, like, but also, Greg brought up a good thing. Maybe it's the years. Like, Jerry wanted 5, but Michael wanted a 4-year contract so he can get that another big contract, when the cap rises and all the money rises. Because, like, the NFLPA talk, every 2-3 years about the cap or something? And I think it's coming up this year.
Yeah, I still think if Jerry has shown, if nothing else, over the years, when Jerry wants to keep a player, that player stays a Cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was a difference of 4 or 5 years, if it was a difference of 44 or 43 and 45, that's why I say something about this is different, because all of those hurdles in the past have been successfully.
I got a theory. He was jealous of his podcast. Jerry goes on radio every 5 days a week.
I'm not so sure that's a crazy conspiracy. I'm not.
He was jealous. He was jealous of the podcast and the success that Micah was getting with it, and he was going to be the next football star. If it wasn't if Shannon Sharp didn't have all that drama. I don't know how the Shannon Sharp Ocho Cinco one's going. But Micah was like right up there, and then the Kelce's got $100 million?
For their podcast deal.
For the podcast, Micah was going to be right up there, probably getting $80-100 million contract too.
And I was trying to find my notes. I remember when we first started talking about the Jerry and Micah negotiating process. And I said something along the lines of, Jerry has potentially met his match in, new media. When we were talking about how Micah's understanding of
more with
new media and Jerry's understanding of old media.
Going on
Jerry's
the radio.
The master at manipulating old media. Micah's showing he's pretty good at manipulating new media. And
you can pressure old media to create a narrative and to
1,000%.
Push that.
Which we saw Jerry doing yesterday with Michael Irvin's podcast, with Stephen A. Smith's podcast. See, and that's why I think you're not crazy.
But they're still on old media, and so their podcasts are still
they're old heads doing new media.
Yeah, media. But when you got the new head, connecting with the youth,
going
knows this field way more than anybody else.
I think that falls firmly under the headline of something is different here.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that's different here. I absolutely think it's
peanut butter and jelly.
It's not conspiracy to say that Jerry, at the end of the day, Jerry wants publicity for the organization he owns over everything else. So does Micah's podcast do that? Yes. It achieves that for Jerry. But I also think the threatening angle of that, of Jerry not being able to control that potential or necessarily, I think that's not a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy I would buy stock in.
So who?
That Jerry, it's not that Jerry didn't, he likes you to do the podcast. He doesn't like it when you're Charles Haley Light doing the podcast, when who knows what you might say next. Yeah.
Man, dude,
something is wrong here.
Yeah, we should never have traded him, but when he's out there masturbating in front of Romanowski.
Yeah, that's when Romanowski knew, man, he really doesn't want to be here.
No, this guy is
really wants out of here.
But not like what was the point? So usually the most famous guy on a football team is the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So these past couple years where y'all got franchise quarterback, the undrafted Tony Romo. Oh my God, Jerry found this guy out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Then Dak Prescott.
Which it was actually Sean Payton that found him because they went to the same college.
But
who was on Bill Parcells' staff.
But
it was Jerry.
Jerry was like,
he's a miracle.
He's a miracle. We found him.
I found him.
Then Dak Prescott in third round?
Fourth round.
Fourth round.
But he was third on the depth chart behind Romo and current Saints head coach Kellen Moore, who both got hurt in training camp, which elevated Dak as a rookie.
And then it made him seem more like a genius.
Yep.
And now Micah, we all knew coming out of Penn State he was going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did. I will say.
But we didn't think he was going to be a TJ Watt or I don't know.
If you were
Bosa, like number 2 pick.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If you were redrafting, Micah would be a top 2 pick in that draft. Yeah. I think the fact that he slid to 12, to further your point, the fact that he slid to 12 and the Cowboys were smart enough to trade with the Eagles, they traded back and took him with that next pick. Like, that's, again, Jerry would say, I knew Micah was going to be a star, and we were able to get an extra pick and Micah that year.
And he wanted to continue that look what I did type mentality, And the only person that did that ever bucked that system with them was Jimmy Johnson. Because he's like, Micah's like, I'm doing this and I'm doing my podcast and I'm creating my own narrative and my own fan base. And it's not about the star, it's about me.
Yes.
I
don't need your star, Jerry. I'm the star.
Yeah.
I'm the only star I actually care about.
Yeah.
The one on my helmet I care about because you pay me.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I do think, I heard some people talking about how Micah was never really a Dallas guy. He was always at 76ers games or wearing a LeBron jersey to Mavs games. Like he never, Dak goes to Rangers and Stars games, and it's like, okay, spare me all of that.
LeBron wore a Yankees hat when he went to New York and stuff.
And I think that's more of that new media or like that new head mentality of like, no, I'm not just going to instantly become a fan of every team in this market just because I play in this city.
It's like, why are you a Niners fan and you don't live in San Francisco? I don't need to live in San Francisco to root for a team. I'm
a Chelsea fan, and I've only been to London once.
Oh,
didn't even see the stadium. Yeah,
fancy.
There was something else you just said about thinking about. I've got a couple more notes to get to, but there was something specifically you had just said. We were talking conspiracy.
Oh, conspiracy about him being the more popular. And the only one to buck the system was Jimmy, and
maybe it'll come back to me. You did mention George Pickens, so Jerry is now spinning it. This is what it was. I also don't think it's a conspiracy to 100% say that Jerry watching that documentary changed the way he negotiated this deal.
Yeah, he wanted that fire back. He wanted that control that he thought he had.
Exactly. And Will McClay and Steven had clawed some of that away from him. This is the equivalent of if Steven doesn't tackle him, literally physically tackle him.
You got Johnny
to
Manziel.
Prevent this is drafting Johnny Manziel instead of Zach Martin. This is Jerry saying, guess what? I know y'all all think I'm just living off my accomplishments from the 90s. Here's a whole documentary showing it, but now I'm about to show you who's still really in charge. This is because I would like to think Will McClay probably doesn't agree with this decision.
I wonder what his son thinks.
I wonder what Steven, that's what I was about to say. Like, I honestly...
Did he push him up against the wall on this one, too?
and Jerry squirmed away this time? I don't know. I'd be really... I mean,
I'm doing it, damn it.
I think because it's the Cowboys, we'll get plenty of reporting post on...
We're going to get two completely different
Oh,
narratives.
for sure. So, yeah, I don't think it's conspiracy at all to say that Jerry watched that documentary and said, I have a chance to make this my final Herschel Walker moment. I
want me some glory hole.
I'm on the way out. I'm going to
man's putting all 3 inches in that glory hole.
Yeah. Well,
maybe he's packing.
Yeah. No, you mentioned Pickens though. It does. The narrative now is, well, with this money, Tyler Smith should be the highest paid guard in the league tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Get that deal done right now. And don't leave yourself in because he's the next
$5 million more a year.
Tyler Smith is the next name that they're going to drag along like they did CD, like they did Micah, Dak, all of them. He's going to be the next. You don't get as much run out of an offensive guard, dragging those contract negotiations out. But because he's so good, I think that's the obvious one that they're going to mess with now.
But they're gonna mess it up and give Pickens money.
So I definitely think Pickens gets paid now.
He's gonna want a Tyler Ayuk. He's
gonna want wide receiver 1.5 money.
Yeah, he wants
wide
40.
receiver 1, but not wide receiver 2.
He's gonna want $40 million. I guarantee you.
No, it won't be that high. It won't be that high because the wide receiver
it's
numbers
higher now. Did you see Jamar Chase's contract?
Yeah, but you're talking. That's what I'm saying. Like that's like CD asking for that.
But he was number 1 over there, and now he's with CD. Let's see
if they comes the first big sneeze.
Oh, man, do it away from me. Don't do it away from me, Big.
Okay, no, it went away.
God, don't put that germs on me, bro. Come on,
It's going to come back. Yeah, Jamar Chase. See, but Jamar is the only one at 40. Jefferson 35, CD 34, Metcalf. I think you're Ayuk at $30 million. Yeah, that's the number.
$30 million. Yeah, 4 years, and you got 120.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the number probably.
Yeah.
But guess what?
But I think he's going to want more than that. Honestly, I think he's going to want 35 or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, again, dependent on what the season looks like, what he, what kind of numbers he puts up. But the funny thing specifically about Pickens, guess who his agent is?
Drew Rosenhaus?
No.
Micah Parsons' agent?
Buddy. Literally, Pickens' agent. It's not Mulligetta specifically, but it's another agent at that same agency. It's the Athletes First agency.
Oh, man.
So Pickens is literally represented by the same agency house.
And he's literally going to be like, look, if you don't want to put up with this bullshit, we'll get you somewhere else. I think money always speaks louder than anything else. And I do think the Cowboys, if Pickens has a big year, I think that is the obvious choice for where Micah's money, a big chunk of Micah's money goes. Because I think they would, Deron Bland is the other name that pops up. I think they would be much more likely to give Pickens big money than they would Bland big money. And the Tyler Smith one just feels like a given. But, I thought that was hilarious when I saw. Yankees are just crushing again. Man. Well, hey, there's some good news today. Yeah, they're against the White Sox, though. Come on now. Oh, that doesn't help me at all. The other last note before we move on here, I saw a lot of people comparing. Do you remember the Jamal Adams trade from Jets to Seahawks? Oh, Greg, you're just gross. He said, I'll buy 10 coffees if you sneeze in Cap's face. Oh, well. Sir, I do not want COVID. It's not COVID. No, the Jamal Adams trade back in July of 2020. Oh, I forgot he was on the Packers, right?
He was on the Jets. He went from Jets to Seahawks at this point.
Seahawks, that's right.
But specifically,
who did they get? They got Xavier. No, they traded away Xavier McKinney, right?
not in that trade. It was McDonough, I believe, was the. But specifically the comparisons between Jamal Adams trade back then and the Micah trade now. First of all, the deal was done in July of that year, not the week before season started.
When you're supposed to do it.
That's correct. And I do think this is where, because we really haven't talked about what the Cowboys have gotten back in the trade besides
2 first and the defensive
and the first
tackle.
Picks are going, or the first are going to be
what was it?
Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark.
And
I was like, Clark Clint?
So
Clark Clint? Superman?
I mean, he's an all-pro defensive tackle, but when he entered the league, he was 20 years old. He was in the 2016 draft class, same draft class as Dak. Yes.
Damn, he's got 9 years tread on that tire.
At defensive tackle in the trenches. He turns 30 in a month.
There's only like, you got, what, did Aaron Donald, so he was in Aaron Donald's draft class?
2016, yeah. Yeah. And he's been great.
Yeah.
He's all, I mean, he is a massive upgrade by a mile over everything they have on the interior defensive line currently. He is absolutely immediate starter,
run stopper,
and immediate impact guy. Because now you can put him next to Odigizua, turn Osa, allow him to be more of that pass rusher interior lineman. So the football, the idea that the Cowboys got significantly worse, I think, is overbooked. They definitely got worse. Losing Micah, you're worse. There's no
significant worse.
No, hear me out. What is significantly worse when you're already only a 7-win team? You get what I'm like? This didn't turn them from a 7-win to a 4-win or a 3-win. Like you're trying to get them in the arch sweepstakes.
I think everybody I haven't heard this is our year at all.
It's not now. Yeah. When you trade your best player a week before the season starts,
even before
you're admitting yourself it's not your year.
Like every Cowboy fan is just like, we're gonna lose. We suck. Blah blah blah. It was very pessimistic this year.
Yeah, that's because we've all been here for the last 30.
I was like, and y'all went to the playoffs, even though you got got dog walked by Green Bay, but like.
Helped Kansas City San Francisco 2 years before that, or the preceding 2 years.
Like that's what everybody's like. Oh man, we're gonna win this. I was like, dude, we already know Micah. We know how to scheme against him. You know, don't sit too high and mighty on their throne that you don't have. Oh my God,
is it bad?
No, I didn't even look at it. Dude.
Is it bad?
All right, we got to address this right now.
What are we addressing?
No, we got to not do a show if we're sick.
We're not sick.
We are sick.
No one's sick.
Yes, we are sick. Or we need to get you with the setup at home so you can remote in
no one's sick.
And do the show from home.
The only one sick is Jerry for trading Micah. No one's sick here.
So LG Studios is closed for sick people from here on out.
There is very well. I have a doctor's note that cleared me for work.
This ain't work. We don't get paid.
Well,
you get paid for work.
We got a microphone cable.
Here, let me.
Oh man!
All right, it might be.
LG sees you coughing in that mic.
I might be a little. I didn't cough in the mic. I moved it. There was moving.
He's just every time. He's just like, oh my God. Hey, LG, I need you to scratch my back, man. I got an itch.
So Jamal Adams and everyone was rushing to compare it to that trade because that one they still got the 2 first like Dallas did and a 3rd.
Yeah.
So the comparison, getting Kenny Clark instead of getting that extra 3rd round pick, it does help them win football games this year, at least.
Man,
if
even like here's
that like is that, even still the goal.
It makes me cringe that we gave up 3 first rounders just to move up to 2nd
for Trey Lance.
For Trey Lance. Oh, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be awesome. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is the stupidest trade in the world. And yeah, I got to live with that one. But you find some gold on Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, I
The
think
one, the legend of Brockthaniel Purdy
if
is writing itself.
if the Cowboys
30
end
for
up
30.
drafting, the odds of the Cowboys drafting anybody that does what Micah has already done, the odds of the Cowboys getting a 10 sack for 4 seasons guy in the late 20s.
That's hitting a 00 on the roulette table.
Yeah, it's pretty low. So I mean, I don't think you can, as a Cowboy fan, sit back and say, no, I'm happy they traded Micah and I'm satisfied with the return. Even if you're happy they traded Micah, you got to be. It's the same way with the Luka. Like, you're happy. You didn't like Luka. You wanted him gone. Okay, you got your way, but you can't be happy with this return. And it's just, it doesn't match up with what you're giving up.
I mean, you got to look who has really broken out and is a late 20-plus rounder that,
Oh, they're there. But I mean, it's just
it's usually second-year breakouts.
Yeah.
It's not first year. Like maybe Puka Nacua. What was he? Like, you usually find those crazy ones in like the second and third round. Like,
Yeah, and I think it's, right now, a guy that is going to be expected to pick up a lot of the slack with Micah gone is the Cowboys' second-round pick this past year, Donovan Ezeraku, the kid out of Boston College. So, I mean, I think final thoughts on the Micah trade. One, wouldn't have done it.
Wouldn't have done it.
But if you're going to do
Wouldn't be kosher.
Would have done it 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, if you get a guy with one of these picks that is as good as Micah, I would probably pay them before they get to their 5th-year option. Those are the 4 takeaways.
Maybe even before
here.
the 4 year.
Maybe even before that. Yeah,
and
maybe
be like, we want you this much. That really tells a player something. Like when you're ready to give them a bag before they're even out of their rookie contract. So and then without even going for the 5th-year option.
Yeah, not the way I would do business, but alas.
Oh, Cowboys. They never cease to amaze
Cowboys
me.
Gonna Cowboy. You boys want to do any lightning round, or you want to just get out of here?
It's up to you. You need to get out of here?
I might be about needing to get out of here.
Let me just give some fantasy news to y'all. We are doing the draft live. It's going to start. The draft room opens up 30 minutes before we draft, and I set it up at 8:15, so we're going to go live at 8. We're going to be able to sit there and see our draft positions. Like when it opens up 30 minutes before.
How are we assigning draft position?
It does it automatically.
I need to be in the room when it does it automatically. We need to verify that no one's getting screwed.
The draft room will open. Like, I can't do it, man. I had one of my buddies still, like, to this day, had a Yahoo stat correction during the playoffs from the semis to the championship, and it was like 6 points. And they did it on a Thursday, which they usually do stat corrections on a Wednesday. And he swears I did it. Well, it was one of the years I won. And I was like, how could I do that? And he's like, you called up Yahoo or did something.
Yeah, you called Yahoo. Excuse me, Mr. Yahoo.
Yeah. Like, no,
I'm trying to screw over my friend here.
Yeah, no, it was just like, I don't know, like 3 players had stat correction. He had all of them. But anyway, 30 minutes before at 7:45, the draft room will open. You will know your order right then. You can prep your order. Please do mock drafts. It will help you immensely. It will make you see players where they're positioned, and hopefully you don't pick anybody who, is suspended
or
real early.
Kicker in the first round.
Yeah,
hell, go for it.
Hey, man, wild card. One of my buddies, his first pick was Jalen Waddle 2 years ago, and he's not even the number 1 receiver on Miami.
Yeah,
and he took that in first overall.
That seems like a rough foundation to build on.
So, but we will go live at 8. And at 8:15, we will start the draft, and it's going to take about an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm going to set the clock at 1 minute so we get through it fast, so we can make sure that we do it live. All the picks will be on here.
And then we're still going to do shows Wednesday and Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wednesday before before the Cowboys Eagles opener, and then we're going to do a post game show after that. But have any questions? I set all the league settings on there. We're doing rolling waivers, which means once you use it, you go to the bottom at 12. Waivers are you put your waiver in before Tuesday at 2 a.m. That's when or Tuesday at 12. That's when they shut down. And basically, any player that's on a free agent, you get a chance to get him before anyone else if you have a high waiver. But once you use it, you go down to 12. And that's a rolling waiver. And trust me,
fair.
You win or lose championships with waiver pickups. There's always a breakout wide receiver. There's always a hurt running back. There's always a hurt quarterback. There's always a breakout rookie quarterback, So kind of like keep that in mind. Handcuff your backups, especially running backs. If you're going to pick up Christian McCaffrey, might as well think that in the 12th, 13th round, pick up Brian Robinson Jr. or Isaac Rendo, because if McCaffrey gets hurt, which he won't this year, you have a solid running back on your bench. So that's if you have any questions, feel free to email me, DM me. I can see those a lot easier at the Captain's Chair 210. And email is thecapitan210, TheCapitan 210 And we got everybody in the league. We're set. Go to league settings to look at the points. And yeah, man, hide your kids. Because there might be a little bit of cussing during this little thing.
Come Tuesday, yeah.
That might be a little PG-13,
I'm curious to see. I need to get on the same page with Zed. I'm curious to see what our strategy is going to be and how I can contribute to the overall success.
You just sit there and look pretty.
I already told him I'm going full Jerry Jones. This is
if you want someone, you're gonna veto his thing.
Oh yeah. No, we're going full Jerry. Well, on that note, LG, get us out of here for the night. Shout out Dan Weiss. Shout out Steve Spriester. One on the way out, one on the way in. Congrats to both of those guys. We will be back Tuesday night. Enjoy Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the college football slate. Y'all be good. Be well. Not sickly. Peace.
LG.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. They don't do drugs.